Knock knock DC, is anybody running your shit show of a cinematic universe you have going on? For those of you that don't know, Shazam! Fury of the Gods and Aquaman 2 have been pushed back and delayed. Like every single premiere, every single movie that DC decides they want to put out is just not complete, and we're going to push back 4 times just to tease you and string you along by a little fan base cock, and then delay the movies. Shazam! Fury of the Gods is delayed from, let me get this right, December 21st, 2022 to March 17th, 2023. And we'll go over in a minute what the director said and why he wants to move it and stuff like that. And then Aquaman is just an 8-month delay, March 17th, 2023 to December 25th, 2023. What are you adding, adjusting, fixing this for with an extra 8 months? Are you reshooting the whole movie? Are you trying to slide Ben Affleck in from possible cameos in the Batman movie to tie him into Aquaman to hopefully keep your entire cinematic disaster piece together? I don't know. Shazam is delayed for this reason. The director, David F. Sandberg, tweeted out, let me go to it. While I'm an impatient bastard who wants people to see it as soon as possible, the film will be fully done in just a few weeks. The move makes sense since Avatar will be taking up the IMAX screens. Fury of the Gods is a big movie and should be seen on the biggest screen. So what he's saying is Avatar is coming out in December, so is Shazam. Fury of the Gods is coming out in December. James Cameron's movie's highly anticipated more than Fury of the Gods. Fury of the Gods kind of dropped. People are like, wow, looks cool. Looks like the first Shazam. Should be a fun time. Avatar, one of the biggest movies ever, is having its sequel in an eternity. So he doesn't want to go up against that. I understand that. It makes sense. If I was a director, I'd want more eyes on my movie and not going up against some major blockbuster or something like that. But is this not somebody's job? Is it not someone's job to see movie releases and pair them up and see when would be the best release date for these films? Like, I don't get, is no one doing that? Are they just like, let's just throw out a random release date, December 17th. How's that going to work? Good. And then they come down the line and they're like, oh man, looks like Marvel has a release that day. Looks like fucking whatever is releasing that day. Oh no, James Cameron, we forgot about his movie, his sequel to the biggest movie ever pretty much. Avatar is coming out. Whoops, I guess we're just going to push ours back 3 or 4 months because we weren't paying attention. It makes no sense just to string your fan base along like that. If you would have came out, shown the trailer, and then showed like a 2023 release date, we'd be pissed, but we'd understand. We would get it. Feel like, hey, this is when it's coming out. We want to do it Christmas time, but we can't right now. But then you go to Comic-Con, you show up with like 2 trailers, right? Marvel releases their whole slate 5, whole slate 6, and edges us towards Secret Wars and movies like that. You come out, you show us a Shazam trailer and another Black Adam trailer, which we've pretty much seen 1,000 times at this point. And then you come out a few months later and you're like, by the way, we pretty much just showed that. So we would have something as opposed to nothing at Comic-Con. And then we're pushing the release date another 3 or 4 months. By the way, Aquaman 2, we showed you nothing. We released the release date and we're pushing that 8 months. 8 months. It just makes zero sense. Why can nothing be cohesive? Are you trying to wait for The Flash to come out? Pair it up with that movie so then it can go together in your Flash disaster movie of whatever you want to call it, and we're not going to use Ezra Miller again, but maybe if he behaves, we'll tie him back in with the rest of the cinematic universe and forgive him for all the stuff he did. It just makes zero sense. They have no idea where they're going with this. Shazam is going to be a good movie, I'm sure of it. It's not going to be bad. Aquaman 2 is one of DC's bigger films as well, or Aquaman 1 was. But just plan this stuff out. It makes zero sense. You're just there delaying. Someone get control of this cinematic universe and just wipe it. Just wipe it because you done fucked it up from the beginning. And now it's just in shambles and falling apart and release dates are changing and trailers are changing. And we're trying to sneak Ben Affleck back in, hopefully in Batman. Then maybe we can book him for another showing of possibly being in Shazam or Aquaman 2 because there's rumors about him being in Aquaman 2. But then maybe he won't be the Batman for the rest of the cinematic universe. So it makes no sense for us to be trying to force him into Aquaman. And then you're just watching and you're like, dude, nobody knows what we're doing. Nothing is tying together. I get a Shazam sequel and he's not even fighting Black Adam. I get a solo Black Adam film. And we're just like, what is going on in this cinematic universe? I don't know. It's frustrating. It's annoying, especially as a DC fan and the amount of amazing stories they can tell from Contest of Champions to Injustice to Flashpoint. And just to see this stuff like that, we can't even release a Shazam! Fury of the Gods sequel on time. And I get his reason. I understand it. It makes sense. Someone should have looked at that. before pushing an initial release date, before coming out of Comic-Con trying to swing around with the trailer, like, get hype, and then we're going to push it back till next year as well. It's so frustrating. It's so annoying, especially as a DC fan. If you guys are, then you get that as well. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Like, are you pissed? Are you like, dude, why is this stuff being delayed? Just show us the movies or something. Batgirl is completely canceled. I'm sure like 7 people were excited to see it, but still, that's just completely wiped. These movies are pushed back, delayed 4 months, 8 months. Flash was delayed 1,000 times. We're trying to sneak Ben Affleck in, but it doesn't matter because we're not tying it into the cinematic universe. But maybe if he wants to sign a deal, we'll sign him into the cinematic universe, and the cinematic universe is just a shit show. It's a disaster. That's just my opinion, though. Let me know in the comments. How do you feel about these delayed movies? Are you excited for them? Were you excited, and now are you just like, great, they're delayed? I really don't care at this point. Like, when they come out, I'll watch them maybe, or I won't. Like, DC's just falling apart and needs a full, clean slate. Let me know your opinions in the comments and subscribe, because we have a lot more coming your way, including She-Hulk Episode 2 review, which I will be doing later. The show might be getting better, but not really.